Now last night I prepared the skirting for today's skirting installation. I chose a 96 by 20 pine classic skirting and coated it with one coat of yellow wood varnish, which is at the same time a stain. Now it's always a very good idea that when you open the tin to give it a really good stir, because they've been standing in the store for a while and there'd be a sediment at the bottom which you want to stir up, otherwise your stain will come out uneven. I then also drilled holes, as you can see here, in equal distances of 50 centimeters apart. It is through these holes that I'm going to attach this skirting to the brick wall. I also prepared the first mitre, which is the first 45-degree cutoff for the first corner. We now place the skirting in position, seeing we've measured and cut it. Now remember, we never attach anything to the floor. We always attach to the wall because this floor has to breathe underneath. Once the skirting is in position, I drilled a small pilot hole. You could use a pencil if you had one thin enough, just like that, to give it a little mark against the wall. Keeping the skirting in position. I have to take great care when I do this, so that as the drill rotates, it doesn't make a mark on the floor down here. Now you will notice that I have drilled the holes right near the bottom of this skirting. That is so that once I'm finished and I've attached the skirting with the screws to the wall, I can then simply hide this with a nice piece of pre-stained quarter round. I can take the skirting away, change the drill bit to a slightly bigger bit which fits our plugs, and enlarge the holes. Just to protect the floor from this rotating bit, I have a piece of cardboard that I put in place so that I make sure I don't hurt the floor. And after I've drilled the holes, I just take the vacuum cleaner and take away all the little shavings and all the little bits and pieces that came out of the wall. And now that we've drilled the holes and cleaned the floor, we're going to put the plugs in the wall like that. And since we drilled the pilot holes using the skirting as a template, the holes should now line up behind the holes that we drilled in the walls. No problem at all. There they will fit in, and we tighten each screw up, which then tightens the skirting to the wall. So here we've got to the corner, and now we have to fit in the mitre, which I have prepared, and that fits in here like this. As you can see, a perfect fit. And we'll just attach as we have done previously, and all we have left to do is the quarter round to hide the holes and a bit of trim at the door. The last thing we need to do to complete the skirting installation is to attach the quarter round to the skirting to hide the holes we've just drilled. And we do that by using a few panel pins to simply attach the quarter round to the skirting. The very last thing we have to do to complete our installation is to fit the trim. Now this door leads to the outside, so I'm going to leave a little bit of concrete underneath it so that it's more weatherproof. I've chosen a very nice ash reducer, which I have shaped so that I could follow the exact contours of all the little nooks and crevices that I have to hide. It's a little bit of art involved and a little bit of science, and I cut it and trimmed it and shaped it so that it fits exactly. Can you see here how it hides all the holes and all the little gaps that were there before? All I have to do is put it in place. The pilot holes are already drilled, and attach it to the floor in very much the same way as I attached the skirting to the wall. Right. And that completes our installation. The with this reducer trim. If there are any little nicks or little few scratches or some place where you perhaps have drilled a hole that you shouldn't have, it's very simple to just touch it up with a little bit of wood filler, smear it in, smooth it off, and then just touch it up with a brush and a bit of varnish. The same varnish that you used on the skirting itself.